For thousands of years, dogs had helped humans survive. They hunted beside them, guarded their villages, protected their livestock, shared their journeys across continents. But at some point, something remarkable began to appear in the archaeological record. When a dog died, people chose not to leave it behind. Instead, they buried it. Across the ancient world, archaeologists have uncovered graves unlike any others. Among human burials and early settlements lie the carefully placed remains of dogs, often positioned with surprising care and respect. These discoveries span thousands of years and many different cultures. Although each burial is unique, together they tell a remarkable story. A dog's life had come to matter beyond its usefulness. One of the most moving discoveries comes from the Neolithic site of Bonn Oberkassel in present-day Germany, where a young dog was buried alongside two humans more than 14,000 years ago. Scientific studies suggest that the dog suffered from a serious illness during its life, yet survived long enough to indicate that people likely cared for it through weeks or even months of recovery. The animal was no longer valued only for what it could do. It was valued because it belonged. Elsewhere, archaeologists have uncovered dogs buried alone in carefully prepared graves. Some were placed in sleeping positions. Others were accompanied by objects placed beside them. These practices varied across regions and time periods, but they point toward the same extraordinary conclusion. People had begun treating dogs differently from other animals. No written records survive to explain what those people believed. We cannot know exactly what they felt. Did they think dogs would accompany them into another world? Did they wish to honor a trusted companion? Or were they simply saying goodbye to a friend? The archaeological evidence cannot answer these questions, but it tells us something equally important. Burying a dog required intention. It required time. It required care. Those actions reveal values that bones alone cannot express. This was a profound change in the relationship between humans and dogs. For countless generations, survival had been the foundation of their partnership. Now, emotion had become part of it as well. The bond was no longer measured only by successful hunts, guarded villages, or protected livestock. It was measured by grief, by remembrance, by the desire to preserve the place of a companion even after death. Modern archaeology continues to uncover similar discoveries from many parts of the world. While burial traditions differed from one culture to another, the repeated appearance of carefully buried dogs suggests that this was not an isolated event. Again and again, people chose to honor the animals that had shared their lives. Perhaps the greatest significance of these burials lies not in the graves themselves, but in what they reveal about the human heart. People rarely devote precious time and effort to burying something that holds no meaning. In communities where every day demanded hard work and survival, choosing to prepare a burial for a dog speaks volumes. It reflects affection, respect, and a relationship unlike any that had existed between humans and another animal. Some of these dogs had likely spent years protecting families through the night. Others had hunted beside their owners across forests and open plains. Many had watched children grow up. Many had grown old beside the people they served. When their lives came to an end, they were not simply discarded. They were remembered. Long before anyone called dogs man's best friend, people were already expressing that truth through their actions. They dug graves. They laid their companions to rest, and they carried those memories forward across generations. The story written in these ancient burials is not only the history of dogs, it is the history of love, trust, and loyalty becoming part of human civilization. The partnership had grown beyond survival, beyond work, beyond necessity. It had become something deeply personal, and in the next chapter of this remarkable journey, the world would finally give that relationship the name it is known by today, man's best friend.